wonderful properties of this microphone.
Ladies and gentlemen, the TBR T350.
They made it. The real T350C is in the shops for Christmas.
Of course, all this showbiz stuff and celebrities are just for the gentlemen of the press, but there's much more to do at the motor show than just look lovingly at cars you can't afford. I've brought along 3 real visitors who aren't on expense accounts and don't write columns to give their verdict on what normal punters can do. Errol Bailey hails from London. He's a car mechanic and drives a classic Mark II Cortina 1600E. Bill Gould is from Hagley. He's a company director and drives a Volvo C70. And finally, Cam Callery. She teaches A-level students and drives a Ford Escort. If it's thrills and spills you're after, then head off to the Vauxhall stand. Righto guys, this attraction they call the Edge. And this is where some lunatic driver takes us over this course here and gives us a 4x4 driving experience, and we all end up feeling very queasy and very ill. Right, so what have I got in?
I'm all right, I'm cool.
Queasy and ill, I don't do. Have a nice day.
Come on, Bill, you big girl's blouse. So, Volvo driver, come on, in you get. Hope you've got a strong stomach.
Wow! Hey.
Oh yes, oh yes, you got Dr. Good.
Keep going on that, we might have to get married.
Oh my God.
That's the worst bit, apparently.
Oh yes.
I hate to hear you in the bedroom, I'll tell you that much.
It's all part of the service. Oh God. That's not bad. That was bad. You wanna go
That
back
was
again, Jim?
good. That was good.
That wasn't bad at all.
Don't lean over that way, right?
Oh, that's
Go on, all the way up. Go on, Jim. Go on, Jim.
Dominic's
Go on,
looking
Jim.
worried.
Go on, Jim. Go on, Jim. Go on, Jim.
Take off this speed.
Go on, Jim. Go on.
Don't worry about it.
Get out and walk off.
Again.
Bad construction. Righto guys, so you've all got kids, haven't you?
Yeah.
Well, Daihatsu's a kindly suppliers with this stand here. If you've got children, bring them down and they're going to let them paint their cars.
It's to match you. Perhaps we ought to add a little bit more colour.
Cam, you're a natural at this, aren't you? Now, if you think you can change a tyre on a Formula 1 car like the professionals, then you can have a go at the Pit Stop Challenge in Hall 3. But can our 3 punters hack it against myself, Jason and Susie?
Push in. No. Go. That's it. You see? I hate you.
If you want to see some screeching, smoking, sensational driving, then go to the Mini Stunt Show. Now look at that. Look, watch this guy.
Why can't we have a go at that?
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, oh yes. Oh, that's good.
I was only expecting to get to that standard to do all that driving.
Now, if that was me in a car, I'd be feeling really ill by now. Yeah, trust me. I bet he thinks he's really big and clever, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, what, Mark? Can't do that.
When you drive a Volvo, they don't do anything, those things, though. Watch this.
Is it going to go in there?
Goodness, that's
You know what?
That's good. That was good.
There's not room for a original there, is there? Guys, are we having fun or are we having fun?
I went to see the car man. I want a car, I said. What sort of car, he said. A small car, I said. I'll go see what I can do, he said. I want a small car with a small price that drives like a big car and makes me tea and is absolutely perfect. Sorry, this is a shoe shop, he said. So how about the new Daewoo Kalos, I said. Daewoo's been having a rough old time of it recently, so this new Kalos really needs to do the business. Looks smart enough, though. Designed in Italy by master stylist Giugiaro. That must have been a productive lunch hour. Because it's a Daewoo, it'll be cheap. They haven't decided prices yet, but they're likely to start at under £8,000. And it's also loaded with toys. So you get anti-lock brakes, you get electric windows, you get power steering, and a sun visor, and a speedometer, and a petrol gauge, and a 6-disc CD player, and a gearbox, and air conditioning, and some buttons.
Hello, little car. Bit of a controversial one here. It's either or to the Nissan Micra. The first all-new version for 10 years, built in Sunderland, and it's full of the latest gadgets. Automatic windscreen wipers, doors that unlock when you walk towards them with a key in your pocket, and it's full of safety kit. It should also be a doddle to drive. There's millions of L plates on Nissan Micras, but is it too cute for you? Well, according to Nissan ladies, that means us. But at the end of the day, is being a smiley-faced small car enough anymore? Well, no, not according to Vauxhall and Ford.
You've probably seen a fair few new Ford Fiestas on the road by now. You know, squared off, pint-sized, bit like a small Focus. And this is the new 3-door version. Now, this should fit the bill for most people. But Ford, in its wisdom, reckons that there's a market for people who want a Fiesta that's a bit more, well, butch. One day at Ford Design HQ, the conversation went something like this. Hey, you crazy guys! Have you noticed how much people like sitting up high in off-roaders, but they don't really like the way they drink lots of petrol, and they're a bit tricky to park? So, what we need to do is build a Fiesta that's taller and chunkier to look at and a bit bigger, but doesn't have four-wheel drive. And this is it. The Fusion. A Fiesta remix. We know it's not an off-roader, it's a tall, small car, but it's not an MPV because none of the seats come out or do much more than a Fiesta. And it's not an off-roader. What is it then? Search me, I haven't got a clue.
Vauxhall's big small car is on sale late next year. The Meriva is a Corsa remix that comes out as a little MPV with very foldy seats.
The Citroën C3 is a bold little number compared to recent offerings. It's got a distinctive shape and loads of room for all your stuff. But I don't want one of these. No, I want one of those. The Citroën Plurial is yours from £12,000 next spring. It's based on the C3 and it's absolutely bonkers.
Look, look, look. Now you can fold the roof back. But when you fold the roof back, it blocks the window. So you take the roof off and you put it in the boot. And then you can take the sides off and everything goes flat. You can put the seats down and everything. Thanks, girls.
You see, it's a car for all seasons. Great idea, very cute, like it. But if you think that Citroën are getting a little bit carried away with their quirky designs, you should check out what their French cousins are doing at Renault.
They've begun exploiting the French reputation for haute couture, and just look at the results. The Aventime, the Velsatis, and now the all-new Megane. We asked top British designers Richard Seymour and Dick Powell if British tastes are really ready for flamboyant Frenchies with big bums.
I think it's a cultural change. We are more ready now to accept things which are really adventurous. Avant-garde is the new normal. And we're all of us hunger for something new and something different. And you look at Audi A8 and BMW, they're producing conservative cars, big cars for people, but I think the time's right to move the game on.
1, 2, 3.
What's really exciting, if you look back 20 years, look at the 80s, you couldn't tell the difference between the brands if you took the badges off. Look at this stuff now. I mean, you know that you're looking at Renault product. To me, in a way, it's a bit like looking at, I think it was Invasion of the Body Snatchers, the movie, where somebody opens a chrysalis and finds the beast is half-formed inside. So some of these things, like the rear end on the Megane, for instance, very well do.